there are people that start YouTube automation and they literally never ever go viral with any videos, and I know how frustrating that can be. And then there are people like me, just as an example, that basically blows up a channel within only 3 videos, as you can see right here. And in this video, I'll show you guys exactly how you can do the exact same thing, or I'll show you the differences. Now, for the people who don't know me, I'm Stefan, 23 years old, currently making about $30,000 to $40,000 a month with YouTube, constantly building new channels. I've made $42,000 with literally just 2 videos. I've built a channel from 0 to $48,000 in just 30 days, and I've helped hundreds of other people do the same thing. For example, here a student made $24,000 a month. Here a different one, $31,000 a month. Here a different one, $3,800, $18,000, $8,000, and many more. Now, if you're interested in getting the same results or working close with me, check out the first link in the video description. Book a call with me, and we'll have a look how I can help you get to the next level with YouTube. Now, this video took me a while to kind of put together, but I'll show you the exact things that we do differently from the people that are failing. Right? So firstly, I always say the work you put in before even starting your channel is going to determine if your channel wins or it fails. Don't make the same mistake and randomly jump into a niche. Now, there are too many people that think about YouTube automation and then jump into the health niche, or here the motivation niche, or the luxury niche, or even the, finance or make money online niche, just because they know that, they are very big channels in that niche that are making a lot of money. Most people do that, and that's already the biggest mistake you can do, and that's also the reason why you will not go viral on YouTube, all right? If you randomly jump into random niches, okay? The reason for that is because YouTube has supply and demand. This is probably the most important part when it comes to YouTube automation, and that is seeing YouTube as a marketplace, okay? YouTube is a marketplace of videos. All videos compete against each other, right? And just like any other market, YouTube has supply and it has demand, all right? Now, what does that actually mean? Very simple. Demand is what the audience actually wants to watch, and supply is how much content is there already. Now, we have to look for a topic or a niche that has a lot of demand but no supply. And luckily with YouTube automation or with Faceless YouTube channels, we can do exactly that, because since we don't show ourselves in front of the camera, we can literally post videos about anything we want. We don't even need to know the topics, right? If we look at, for example, I've had the most random channel I've had was like a channel about gymnastics, and I know nothing about gymnastics, but we blew up the channel with the first video got 1 million views. Why? Because of demand and supply, right? Very, very simple. Now, there is a specific niche criteria that we always look for when we kind of, choose a niche, to make sure that there is a lot of demand and no supply. So just as an example, there are under 5 smaller channels creating content in this niche that are constantly getting more views than they have subscribers. This means there's high demand and low supply, which is one of the most important things when it comes to YouTube automation. There are no channels with over 100,000 subscribers. Why? Because otherwise we will not be able to compete against channels that YouTube already knows that the viewers will like these videos. So there's it's going to be very, very difficult, especially if you do the exact same thing as these channels, okay? Then there are no smaller channels failing in that niche. Otherwise, why should you succeed? Okay, what are you going to do differently? The niche is not older than 6 months. I can create better content than my competitors. Am I actually interested in this niche? This is not a must, as long as you build a team that has interest in the niche. As I've said, I've built a gymnastics channel, right? Just as an example. And I know nothing about it, but I could still make it succeed because I had a team that, knew a little bit about it, all right? Then, is the niche monetizable? Very important. Otherwise, you're not going to make any money. Then, huge bonus if you can actually go ahead and post long videos. Now, very important, this does not need to be 1000% with all niches you find. Otherwise, you're going to look for niches for a very, very long time, all right? Then what we use is a dummy account to actually do niche research. So as you can see here, this is just a niche research account, and then tools I use for that is here, for example, NextLev, which is €13 a month. I'll link it in the video description, or even vidIQ, a free plan is enough. Let me quickly show you guys how a dummy account looks like. So here we can now see a dummy account. So here, just as an example, this is an account that I only use for niche research. If we look at my YouTube homepage, we will only see faceless niches. Like every single channel on my YouTube homepage is faceless. Now, how do you do it? I have multiple videos on this channel how to set up a account exactly like this. But what you basically do is you set up an account like this and you only click on faceless videos until your homepage looks exactly like this. Now, once it looks like this, you can literally just scroll down. These are all faceless videos. Then you can click here on filters, and then you can, let's actually use the one from vidIQ. So we can click here, boom, and then, we can filter it here for the views. And then we can see here, okay, this video here was posted 17 hours ago, 700 subscribers, 66,000 views. We can check out this channel and then we can see I'm not subscribed to it. We can go to analytics. So we can actually see like, hey, how much money is this channel making? All of these things, which is super cool. Very important for kind of making the decision if you want to go into a niche or not. Now, this channel is not monetized, so it's not going to give us too much data, but you guys get the idea, right? Then what is very important is that we want to warm up our YouTube channel. So we warm up our account to increase our trust score. Now, trust score is basically how much does the platform actually trust our channel. Now, if our trust is actually very low, like YouTube is not going to push us very quickly. So we want to make sure that the trust on our account is just as high as just possible. Now, the accounts you need to warm up are brand new accounts that if you go ahead and you create a brand new account, that's the account we want to warm up. And then if we, for example, buy aged accounts, those are also accounts we want to warm up. Now, both of them work very, very well. Now, how to actually warm up your account? So we use it as a normal user, not like a bot. Very important. When we're warming up our accounts, we want to use it as humanly as just possible. We watch 1 to 2 hours of content per day. We subscribe, comment, and like to, different kind of channels in our niche in the best case scenario. And we do this for like a week to lower the risk of a low trust score. This is very important. It doesn't help like 100%. So just because you do it doesn't mean that your channel is going to have a good trust score from the beginning. Some channels just don't have a good trust score. Some have a better trust score. All right. But this for sure helps a lot when it comes to, trust score. Now, just a quick note, always have 1 to 2 warmed up channels always ready to go. So you can just very quickly move into niches if you have like something that, if you kind of find a niche, all right? Because speed is key when it comes to YouTube. Now, when it comes to video topics, we have, for example, this video here that got 2.5 million views. Then we have this video here that got 200 views. What's the problem right here? The problem is that this channel here copied this video one-on-one, right? They copied everything. Like everything is the exact same thing, okay? And that's why this video here failed. Most people go ahead and copy one-on-one, they copy successful videos one-on-one, all right? Now you have to keep in mind that there is supply and demand in video topics as well, which is massive. So supply and demand is not just important in your niche, but also in the video topics you choose. Now, how do you find demand? We look for recent outlier videos on competitor channels, look for recent trending formats, and we do not copy the most popular videos from competitors. This is what everyone does and you will fail, right? Now, and I'll show you what a good topic looks like in a second. But when we're looking at supply, right? Because we have to keep in mind demand is what the viewers want to watch and supply is how much is there already. We use our YouTube, like how we can find supply. We use our YouTube search bar and look for how many people have created the exact same video. Now, if we go ahead and we look up these video titles, we will see that hundreds of people have created these exact same videos already, all right? Now, if it's been more than 3 times, like if the video has been created more than 3 times and you don't have a different angle to that specific video, go ahead and look for a different topic, all right? YouTube will always show the videos to the hardcore fans of that niche first, and if they have already seen a video multiple times, they literally have absolutely no reason for clicking on your video except if it follows a different angle. I'll show you guys in a second how that would look like. Now, how does a perfect video topic actually look like? The topic resonates with your audience. So does your audience even want to watch that specific video? Then some topics sound interesting but are super boring. Make sure that your topic is not boring. Your topic has to be posted on time, especially if it is a trend. We want to repeat what has done well in the past. This is something, that is very, very underrated. And we literally took a student from, just being monetized to making $30,000 a month just 4 months later. Now, if you're interested, I'm not going to promise that you're going to get the same results, but if you're interested in working close with me, check out the first link in the video description, book a call with me. Then we also want to use leverage negativity. Why? Because humans respond better to negative things. Why? Because then we have to react. Okay, it was always like that. So what we like to do and use is we like to use the topic transfer method. Now, this is by far one of the most powerful ways to choose video topics. What you essentially do is you find winning video topics in other niches and move them over to your niche. This can work extremely well if done correctly. If you look at, for example, at this video here, got 350,000 views, was posted 9 months ago. This one here was posted 11 months ago and got 2.7 million views. So it's the exact same thing. Why you wouldn't survive 24 hours in Stone Age, why you wouldn't last 24 hours in medieval times. Same kind of topic, all right? Just for different people. Then we have it here. If your dog sleeps with you, they're trying to tell you this. 55,000 views on a new channel in 6 days. If your cat sleeps with you, they're trying to tell you this, 2.5 million views in 1 month. Now, we already saw here, for example, this video here that failed. Now, why did this video here win? Because it has a different angle. It's for it's for a different audience, right? It could still be like kind of for the same audience, but it follows a different angle. It's something new, okay? Very, very important. Now, this is exactly what we did with Scott, who kind of went from, getting 50 to 100 views a video and almost giving up on his channel to $200 days within a week, as we can see right here. $350 day actually, made $3,000. And you can see like here in the beginning, like there was nothing. He wasn't getting any views. Okay, so this is extremely important. Then we have something that we call the niche testing framework. Now I follow this exact process every single time, or with every single niche I kind of get into, to avoid spending money on channels or on videos that will never work. So we start out with niche research, then we kind of choose which account we want to use. So a new account, personal account, these are usually the best. These are just accounts that you have been using to watch YouTube for years now. Then we have aged accounts or even pre-monetized accounts. Then we do, 5 to 15 videos, not 10 videos, but 15 videos. So we choose video topics. Again, go ahead and go back to understand correctly how to, choose video topics, because that's extremely important. We literally then go ahead, write the script with ChatGPT, with any AI. Then we use AI to create the voiceover, 11 Labs, or even here Gen AI Pro, which is just a cheaper version of 11 Labs. I'll link it in the video description, where you can, for example, get 1 million credits for only $22. Then here for the editor, we use a freelancer. On average, our students are paying around about $15 to $30 per video, which is pretty cheap. Especially like for, up to 20 to 30 minute videos, which is pretty decent, the price, all right? Then thumbnail, we either hire a freelancer or we do it ourselves. If you don't know how to create thumbnails, we hire a freelancer. Rather spend a little bit of money on a thumbnail designer than, wasting money just because, you don't want to spend money on a thumbnail designer if you can't create thumbnails, because the thumbnail is one of the most important factors if your video is going to go viral or not. Always have to keep that in mind, all right? Then what we do is, or what is very important, is that your video length is 1.5 times longer than your competitive video. Why? Because YouTube will always push the video that keeps the audience on YouTube for the longest period of time. So that's why, the video length is extremely important. Then for the thumbnail and the title, we always want to work with proven concepts and not just think of a thumbnail and think that it's going to go viral. We always want to use or work with proven concepts. Okay. Now, once we have these things ready, we actually go ahead to the posting phase where, we post, skip, post, skip, post. We want to be a little bit inconsistent. People always laugh at me because, I say like, hey, just be inconsistent. Why do we do this? We want to show YouTube that we're actually humans and not just any AI content farm bots or stuff like that. All right. Now, what's in most cases going to happen, going to go very slow, and then you're going to hit that one video that kind of changes the whole channel. Now, we want that one video to be between the first 15 videos. Now, if that happens, then we actually continue to post. If that does not happen and we just see a red line and no views, anything, we actually don't continue to post on this channel. Okay. Now, in most cases, once you have the first video that starts to go viral, we will be able to, get monetized very shortly after that in most cases. All right. Now, the reasons why your channel might fail is maybe it's because of your niche. Maybe you didn't, really put in the time to choose a good niche. Maybe your video topics suck. Maybe your packaging sucks. Maybe your video length is bad, or maybe you have a bad channel. Now, if you have a bad channel, you will see that you will not get any impressions. And then you actually take these videos and you post them to a different channel. You follow this exact process again. Now, it is very important to always go back and try to understand why did your channel not succeed. Very, very, very important. All right. Now, in case of your channel failing, we kind of repeat this process and we learn every single time why something did not work. And trust me, you will find a niche and a concept that works, but you have to be very consistent with testing a lot of different things and understanding why something does not go viral. All right. Now, keep in mind, if you're interested in, working close with me, then check out the first link in the video description. Let's scale your channel up as well to here 4K a month, just as an example, or here from $200 to $400 a day. Just go ahead and book your call, and then I'll see you guys in the next video.